the Ebro, Rosenberg show.
Hey. Hey, family. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Fam-a-lam bam.
Man,
oh man. It was a close one today, Laura. It was a close one.
what happened?
Your boy was out of the house last night on a Monday. And it almost cost me this morning.
Doing what?
I was where was I? I was at Jalen Brunson's party last night
Oh my
for the Knicks.
God.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, that's why I ended up. But I am, let me tell you something, washed alosh.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so fire.
It was
What can you tell us?
it was a rare moment where Peter Rosenberg said, "You know what? I need to be outside." What happened? Here's what happened. I'll tell you the story.
How come you didn't invite me?
Glad you asked. Well, because I was an invite.
You were somebody else's.
Yeah, no,
special.
this wasn't, just to be clear, this wasn't me pulling a little, I won't name any names, just low-key sneak a leak to the coolest party, but don't tell anyone. This was, I got asked to go, and so I was like, oh, okay. So basically, long story short, I reached out to a friend of mine last night about Validate Me. My good friend Skylar Aston, who's a good friend of mine, who is most famous for being one of the stars of Pitch Perfect. That was like his big claim to fame. But he's done mad stuff ever since then. Great guy, big wrestling fan. Him and I have been friends for a long time. Him and Dip are extremely close, and him and I are very, very cool. So I hit him up about doing Validate Me one day yesterday. Randomly sent him a voice note. We had like DM'd last weekend because I saw he went to the game in San Antonio. He's always at MSG, always singing the national anthem, always doing Knicks stuff. So I just congratulated him the other day, blah, blah. Anyways, life is just weird. So yesterday I hit him up with the thing about Validate Me. And then like an hour later, he hits me up and is like, yo, you want to go to Jalen Brunson's party tonight? My wife can't go. I was like, I normally would just be like, it's Monday night, it's too much, but I decided, Laura, this is not something you even like think about. Like you have to be at this. So I went through and it was a relatively low key party. It started out more low key and got like less low key as time went on.
Okay.
But yes, they were all there. I didn't see Mikal Bridges, I don't think, but I saw everybody else in the building.
Fun.
Spin King was in there DJing.
Okay.
So, another heavy hitter was in there DJing. And listen, I'm fascinated by getting to be in situations with people when they're having the moment of their life.
Right.
I always think it's just a fun thing to observe the vibe. And it was a cool ass vibe. And they're like just what you think.
So you got to chat with any of the players?
I chatted with Brunson and Josh Hart. And my boy was hanging with OG a bunch. I didn't really talk much with him, but Mitch was in there. They were all in there and all being lovely and very around. And it was dope, bro.
I love it.
Jalen Brunson is so extremely polite and kind, even in the moment of having just the most insane, glorious moment. Just what you would expect.
Did you invite them to the program?
Let me see. Did he?
Trying to find if there's an appropriate.
Did you invite them
hold on.
to come on our show?
No, I didn't have. I had 2 seconds. You know what kind of bitch move that would have been to be like, thanks. I know I'm the media guy. First of all, people are already averse to having the media guy at their party.
Yes. And that is the thing, guys, because some people are like, I don't know what it is. You think that we're like sitting there,
what do you mean you don't know what it is?
Notes?
Yes.
But I think that for some people, there's some people who do that. And I think that there's some people who have different relationships.
For sure, but I don't have, yeah, you're 100% right. And to your point, though, I don't have the relationship.
Right.
Like, I don't know them.
So
I'm not, I assume in a situation like that, while I know I know I downplay myself, and a lot of times people 30-year-old people kind of grew up watching me on the internet doing different things, and they may have good feelings on me. They may have not good feelings on me. I don't know, but what I'm not going to do is when I see them for 2 seconds, be like, yo, what's up with the interview? That's not...
Hey, nice to meet you.
No,
Can you come over for an interview?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm doing things right now currently, like, DMing Miss Rachel. That's the stuff that I'm working on. But not at the best night. I'll be honest, it's rare that I'm at like a loss for words with people. The moment is so big that they're having, it's almost hard to think of what to say that's not generic.
Right.
Yo, congrats. I told Josh Hart, I was like, bro, listen. I said, I'm not even a Knicks fan. I'm a Commanders fan because he's a huge Commanders fan. And I was like, but I will tell you, the role that you've played on this team, like you are such a forever New York guy because of like what you brought to this team. And I'll, but then after that, he's heard that a million times.
Right.
So I'm like, what do you think? You think Jaden's going to have a good season? And it's like, that's it. Small talk. I literally, though, and I had a quick conversation with Jalen in which I asked him if he's going to come to Saturday night's main event because WWE is here in July. Honestly, even that, I truthfully would have been fine not having the conversation and even bothering people, except for the fact that how are you going to tell the story if you go to the shit and they're like, so what was Jalen Brunson? You're like, I didn't say anything. I just had to say something for the purpose of the story. For this moment right now, I had to say something so I could say I said something.
I love it.
But no, it was totally good vibe.
That's so cool.
Shout out to the Knicks. Very, very cool. And shout out to my boy Skylar Aston. I'll tell you what, fever pitch all these years later. That thing, people still come up to him and like start gushing. And meanwhile, by the way, him and I have been boys for years. Never seen fever pitch.
I've never seen fever pitch either.
It is like a very specific cultural thing.
Yeah.
You know who I need to ask about fever pitch? Griff. Griff, you ever seen fever pitch?
You mean Pitch Perfect?
I mean Pitch Perfect? Oh my God!
I know,
called
that's
it
almost
fever
like Fever Pitch.
because I'm thinking about Jimmy Fallon because I'm thinking of the
I was
team
like,
on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Pitch Perfect.
But I still haven't.
Hold on, Fever Pitch, by the way, is a movie. It's Jimmy Fallon's and Drew Barrymore's movie.
Okay, I have
Pitch
not
Perfect.
seen it, and I have not seen Pitch Perfect.
By the way, Griff, why didn't you weigh in sooner, my G? I'm giving the whole goddamn story about my friend. Now, if he hears it, I'm an a-hole.
You just got it wrong.
I'm dead.
Oh, I just got it wrong now.
The last two
I'm
times
dead.
you got it wrong.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you got it right.
All right, thank
All
God.
right, but the question is,
yeah,
Griff,
do you
have
know
you
Pitch
seen
Perfect?
I saw a bootleg, so it was like cut.
Oh
He
my
saw a
God.
bootleg Pitch Perfect.
Bootleg.
By the way, if you want to know, if you want to understand exactly how Griff is so black and so white at the same time, he saw Pitch Perfect, but he saw it on bootleg.
Let's go, Griff.
That is Griff in a nutshell. It's all of the things.
Oh God, that was so funny.
So, anyways,
I love it.
Anything else going on in the world of the Knicks yesterday?
I am so happy that you just came with some nice positive news because all I've been seeing online is like doom and gloom. Peter,
you
4 of my friends in LA sent me the video.
Oh, why are you doing
And then
this?
I sent it to you. I'm sorry.
I'd already seen it.
I
Don't
was
worry.
just so traumatized over it. I don't know. And for the audience and chat, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's a very disturbing video that's trending online. It was a woman in California who was sobbing on top of her dog because LAPD came and just shot him. A neighbor called, I guess, called the police. It was the night of the game, right?
Yeah.
Because she was obviously very excited, like every other person. And they called about a noise complaint, and then they showed up, and then they killed her dog.
Yo, guys, it is so crazy. It's like a big. The dog looks like it's laying there dead, and it looks like a big Laura, like almost terrierish kind of dog, right? Like curly.
I think it was a golden doodle.
Or a doodle, or maybe
Yes.
a doodle.
Yes.
Now, I am not for, prejudging anything.
Yeah.
However, I could even believe some event could have happened in which cops could freak out if it was a gigantic Rottweiler or Cane Corso or aggressive pit bull. Sorry, guys. There's a situation in which then maybe you could be in danger. Doodles can be annoying and bitey. They cannot kill you. A doodle cannot kill you, dude.
Bro, and he was wearing a Knicks jersey.
It was wearing a Knicks jersey, a golden doodle. What the F is wrong with you?
Oh my God. And then it was like 13 cops, like just standing there watching this woman like bawl her eyes out.
Yo, they're gonna have that is. I'm gonna tell you right now. Human beings care more about dogs than other human beings. That is going to play really bad for LAPD.
Man.
That is going to be really.
That poor woman, Marie Mercier is her name, but I was just so heartbroken for her. I was like, oh my God.
On what now forever this great thing is going to be the worst night of your life.
Yeah.
Because the cop showed up and murdered your dog. I can't even. Laura, why'd you do that?
Sorry.
I still have good stuff on here.
Okay, let's go back to good stuff.
Can we get the video? Can we get the video of Mikal Bridges talking about James Dolan? Do you have that? I think it's 17.
King Louis cracking up.
Well, that's why he didn't say
Owner.
Right.
Dolan.
wasted a
James Dolan. You don't think he is savage, bro? You don't think he is savage? 10 weeks? He brought niggas in, say 10 weeks? Don't have no sex, lock in? Niggas a savage. Niggas a savage. He could be he could be a bigger savage if he built a practice facility in the city, but he's still a savage. I know that. Beach on everything. Or beach on everything. Beach on everything. Cause I know that.
This is Laura. This is yesterday morning.
What time was
This is like 10 a.m.
Oh God.
Type of girl everybody know. Sweetie, your boyfriend, eyes at the show.
So it's fun. That's funny for a couple of reasons. Obviously, what a lot of people are talking about is the not having sex for 10 weeks request from the owner. That's getting a lot of conversation. That's like somewhat interesting to me, but that's always been a thing. The like weak legs, don't have sex, all that kind of stuff. To me, it's funnier that in the middle of it, talking about how he's a savage. You'd be more of a savage if you built a practice facility in the city. Is the part that I thought was funny, because the Knicks have to go to Westchester every day for practice.
Yeah.
And like, so it messes up your whole situation.
Yeah.
If you live in the city, then you always are leaving on practice days, which is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are enjoying the conversation. Did Dolan? And it is like, listen, all's fair because they won a championship. If they hadn't won a championship and it came out that Dolan came out and made that request of his player, people were like, "What? You did that? Why did you?"
Right.
Did you see Dolan on the post game, Laura?
No.
Yo, Dolan had a straight up Howard Dean moment, guys. That scream at the end of the thing when he was like, "Rah!"
No, I didn't see it.
But it was. I will say this: James Dolan has not always been, the most beloved, obviously. And Ebro talked about this yesterday. I respected the fact that he started off by saying, like, sorry it took so long. I did think that was a nice thing to acknowledge.
But I think he's getting a lot of love, especially after the video came out last night of the speech before the playoffs.
Yeah, now people are going to, again, because it worked out, you have to feel good about it. It's all positive now.
Right.
It's not overstepping. It's not anything. It's just all funny, part of a great story. Because they won. One thing I saw. Go ahead, Laura. Sorry.
I did see a clip of him saying that not only were the players going to get rings, but their partners were going to get rings. Oh, you have it? I saw this.
I don't know if you understand what it would mean for you to win a championship this year, to win the NBA championship. It would be life-changing for all of you. It will stick with you the rest of your lives. And if you don't win, you'll be thinking about it the rest of your lives. You're going to have to sacrifice if you want to achieve this. You have to have a discussion with yourself about what these next 10 weeks are. Because it's only 10 weeks. It's not a long time. But if you can now focus yourselves, sacrifice everything around you for these next 10 weeks to win that championship, I believe you can do it. I've seen you do it this season. And you've seen yourselves do it. You know you can do it. I believe you know you can do it. But will you do it? For the next 10 weeks, this has just got to be all about us and about how we play. It's not who we play, it's how we play. Because I believe this team can beat anybody in the NBA. We've already shown that we can. So it's not who we play, it's how we play. So when you go home and you talk to your brides and your significant others, I do want you to tell them one thing that I said. When we win the championship, right, we will get rings. And when we get rings, so will they. I will buy a ring for each one of your significant others because their contribution is going to be very important to this team winning.
And then he says, and if you don't have one, go find somebody worth it.
It's just interesting that interesting that it played out so well because he's like, he's not a natural talker. You know what I mean? Like that's not like a very. This
is the most I've paid attention.
Yeah, I guess
most I've seen him move around.
He's been on he was on the Michael K show with me before. Like I've interviewed him before. He's sort of an uncomfortable, like he's not a super comfortable with the mic in his hand kind of guy. We saw last week he decided to go on the fan and talk about Mom Donnie and was kind of like beefing back and forth. When he talks, it hasn't always been the best.
Okay.
But this, I listen, I don't know if this is what resonated as much as they just think this is an amusing thing. And it's overall, like I said, positive because it worked out. The speech that people have really talked about is that Patrick Ewing spoke to the team when they were down 2-1 against Atlanta. And Patrick Ewing, he was on our show yesterday on Stylez Rosenberg, and I asked him about it, and he wouldn't say what he said specifically, but if you read between the lines of what Patrick talked about, you can tell he let them understand that, when he went in 94, he didn't know he'd never really get a chance again, because when the Knicks went back in 99, Patrick wasn't healthy. So he wasn't there for the finals. And they obviously lost.
Yeah.
And Patrick Ewing's entire career has been he didn't win a championship. And he ended up, it was actually really beautiful though, because the way he celebrated with this team afterwards, it was very unique for a past player to be that involved in it. And by the way, and the team themselves is just great. They were great about bringing him in. Cat, Jalen. By the way, I saw Cat last night too. What a sweet kid. I interviewed Cat when he first got drafted in 2017. He seems like the same sweet kid. They welcomed in Ewing. So now to realize that Ewing gave them the speech right before they went on the winning streak, I think he probably does really feel connected to it also.
This is so fire.
There's just so much cool stuff that makes this whole thing awesome, man.
Yeah, man. And then Thursday is going down.
Thursday's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, if Thursday is for the true fans. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'll probably be turning on the parade from home.
I'm sure. Listen, it's for the true fans, but I think everybody's going to be out celebrating.
And are you going?
No.
What is he talking about?
I just, I'm not the large crowds is not for me. How I get.
I'm telling you, if you're not a super fan, and you're not someone who this was you're nah, you're really Knicks forever. Not not like me and you were this is awesome. I'm so happy. I'm enjoying this. This team's so lovable. You're going to be waiting in that crowd all day. Now, I will say the timing is fantastic because the next day is Juneteenth and a lot of people are off. And it leads into a 3-day weekend. Yeah. So, it's going to be super, super cool. Let me see if there's any other videos related to the Knicks that we did not hit yet. Here's another story I saw moving around yesterday. Man. Yesterday was a rough day for my guy Jay Will on First Take. Did you guys see my boy Jay Will on First Take?
No, I missed that one.
Jay Will had 2 takes on First Take. One, he said that the shaking hands is for JV players because people were talking about that the Spurs didn't shake hands after the game. They just walked right off the court.
Oh, okay.
And Brunson, before celebrating, goes and finds everyone. And then it reminded people that the same thing happened at the NBA Cup. When they played in the finals of the NBA Cup, where the Knicks also beat the Spurs. Go to video 8. Brunson at the NBA Cup, he did the same thing. And if you watch closely at the end of this video, respectfully, you'll see Wemby act like a bitch.
Okay, let me see.
And I love Wemby, but he do have bitch tendencies.
Very much so.
Here's Brunson.
Yep. Yeah, look
His
at him.
team's celebrating, but he's going to find everybody.
He's being a good sport.
Look
Look
how
at
little.
him.
Look how little Wemby gives him here. Nothing.
Bro, he just walked
Didn't stop
through
walking.
him.
He walked through. So the conversation was then in the finals when the Knicks beat them again. They didn't shake hands again. And which is odd and like so unspur like to me and un-Greg Popovich like and you know not what you think of. But I saw Jay Will saying that like Jason Williams, he's a former player, went to Duke, but we've gotten past that.
Okay.
And we've been very cool for a long time. Lovely guy, and very smart. Jersey guy, incredible college career. Got injured in his NBA career and just went on to be a great analyst and broadcaster. Anyways. So number one, he said, like, people are making a big deal about the handshakes. Whatever, handshakes like for JV, like it's not. And I was like, bro, why are you giving these guys? That's just
Don't do that.
I'm not saying it means you're a horrible person and you can't have a moment where you're not up for it.
Okay.
I get it. But let's also not act like what we don't want to teach our kids is in win or lose to show graciousness. Let's not act like that's not a thing.
Let's just be honest. It's poor sportsmanship. Like, that's so whack.
I didn't understand, like, maybe he was saying, like, other players don't care about it because, like, you know, they relate to the feeling, so, like, it's not as big a deal for players. I don't know if it's even really about that, though.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's bigger. Sometimes former players get so caught up in what it means for players. Sometimes it's about what, like, you're putting out to the universe by doing it.
Exactly.
But, however, though, I mean, listen, evidence suggests, based on yesterday, that when it comes to sportsmanship, Jay Will might be in an odd spot because he also said that he went to UFC 250 at the White House and that it was an incredible sports event, better than the NBA Finals, and he was at both. You didn't see that?
I saw that, but just...
Better than the NBA Finals. I listen. Fight fans loved it. Okay, fight fans thought it was really well done, and that the actual card, like the fights, were fantastic.
Yeah.
And people were very into it. For me, I can't come away, you know, saying things like that when the lasting thing that so many people are thinking about is some a-hole showing utter disrespect by saying something so abhorrent about the former First Lady.
Yeah.
I can't just be like, the event was incredible. I can't. I'm sorry. For me, it mars it. Like, I'm too... call me a snowflake. I'm too offended by it.
Yeah, but it's like, it's the tone. Because it's what at least all of us thought it was going to be. And it was on full display. Like, I saw somebody, like, you know, they were interviewing people that were there. They're like, yes, everyone, you know, everyone was cracking up and laughing. And it was because it was a joke. I was like, there's nothing funny about it.
By the way, and also, it didn't really get the laughs like that.
I didn't see it either.
No, it didn't. It honestly didn't. And I was happy to see, I know this is a very low bar, but I was happy to see they interviewed Shane, the TMZ, like, or one of those places, grabbed Shane Gillis walking down the street afterwards. And was like, what'd you think of what Josh said about Michelle Obama? And he's like, I didn't like that at all. I'm not into that. Like, I was glad to see that because we've reached this bar. We've reached this bar where you're not sure sometimes where people are.
Yeah.
I have tended to think in the case of Shane Gillis, I think he's really funny and I think he's likes to push boundaries, but is not a bad human being. Again, just in my parsing out who each of these people are, he's someone who I think seems cool. I was glad to see him out loud say the right thing because people won't even say the out loud right thing when it's so obvious. They give
it's America. That's what we love. Free speech. We can say whatever we want. Whatever we feel.
No, you cannot say something hateful, racist, deplorable, and disgusting about the former First Lady 50 yards from where she lived when the truth is that dude's a nobody.
Yes.
He beat Derek Lewis at UFC 250. How much do you want to bet that in 3 years in the annals of sports history, you are a zero? Michelle Obama is a literal historic figure who will live on in American history forever. This classy and gracious and lovely human being who made America look better to the world. She's only handled herself with complete class.
Yeah.
You're a random current heavyweight in UFC when the truth is mainstream people don't know the heavyweights in UFC. You will not be, you're not even Justin Gaethje or the other people on the card. No one's going to know you. You just used the moment to disrespect the woman who lived there? It's crazy.
It's
I
tacky.
can't.
It's disgusting. It's like, I didn't expect anything different, though. I knew something was going to happen. I knew something that was going to be low and, whether it's a racist joke, sexist, something was going to happen. Something.
I guess I had hopes that, that nothing would happen. But the truth is, one of my big issues with MMA has always been that fighters in post-fight interviews always talk insane. And I've always felt that, as crazy as boxing was in its heyday, as time went on, maybe there was less decorum. I mean, Mike Tyson did say he wanted to eat Evander Holyfield's children. But praise be to Allah. It was quite a combination of things. We've never seen anything like it before.
Why is Rasan cracking up in the corner?
You just want a drop of me saying praise be to Allah? I want his heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah. I was like, Mike.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I was worried at that time. But yeah, I just always feel that for the sport to make it to the next level, and even though Trump said yesterday to Macron, man, maybe the UFC was even bigger than World Cup. No, sir, it's not bigger than nothing's bigger than World Cup, sir. I'm gonna let you know right now. But yeah, I was surprised Jay Will said that coming off of, at least without adding the caveat of what the hell was that?
Bro.
Now, speaking of good old racism, guys, we had a conversation the other day, Laura. We spent some time, and it was based in racism because we were talking about the sentence for Karmelo Anthony and how he was facing life. And in fact, I saw right-wing outlets try to cut up our conversation and make it look like I didn't believe that he should be punished, which I never said in the conversation at all.
That's the key thing that everybody is running with, because I saw the comments on our videos, and I saw...
Because they all came from Breitbart.
Yes.
These cats are really out here trying to cut up videos to make me lose my job.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was like that. I went and watched the video like, oh no, what did I say? And I watched. I was like, so I was saying I don't know that when something horrible happens between two teenagers, if it's the first time that the one teenager's done anything, do you want to end that kid's life? So I was questioning whether a life sentence is really what you need. In the end, obviously, he got 35 years. Mm-hmm. He'll end up being... I'm probably fine with the sentencing. My problem is when the shoe's on the other foot and it seems like it's a black teen who's harmed by a white person, I don't usually see those repercussions.
Yeah, and also it's a combination of things, though. I don't know, Louis, were you the one that was telling me how it was even... Okay, the photos they used when discussing it, right? You saw these, lovely photos... of what was his name?
Austin Metcalf?
Of Austin. And then when it comes to Karmelo, it's the mug shot, right? And I just, listen, after watching all those videos of his father saying all these disgusting things.
Let's see one of those videos. I didn't know anything about this. When we talked about it, Ebro brought up the idea of him maybe being bullied, Karmelo is maybe being bullied, and it's Texas, and it's these two white brothers. And I don't know what happened. I didn't pay enough attention to the trial to know whether those things are at play. I'm just calling it as a kid got killed. That's terrible.
Yes, and then the trial was over 3 hours?
Yeah,
it was 3 hours. It was super fast.
So without knowing much about the Metcalf family, now these different things have popped up because Austin Metcalf's father has been going on social media. Let's play video 6.
You don't even know who your fucking daddy is because 78% of you don't have your father in the home anymore. You got baby mamas running around with 8 kids so they can get EBT cards to feed you all. You think I'm being racist? No, I'm being real. Oh, you've got more melanin than me. Ooh, so you get more privileges, more entitlement? Because 400 years ago, someone actually sold you to us, and we took you over here and put you to work. And then we had a civil war to free your ass. And now you want to talk shit? Oh, I've been so oppressed. You couldn't even vote 1960. Look how far you've come. Look at all the free shit we give you. You're not oppressed. You're fucking entitled. You know what DEI stands for? Yeah. Means I don't have to be fucking qualified. I just have to be a certain color or a race or gender. Whose broad ass idea was that? I'm gonna tell you right now. Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing. Drew Anthony, you're a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you?
There's so many layers, bro.
I don't even. I hadn't seen all of that. I don't even know what
I
to
think
say.
there's more too. There's other ones, but yeah, I don't feel like giving it any more attention. But yeah, listen, we are not saying, because I think people were like, how could you say that he shouldn't, he shouldn't gotten the sentence that he got. I was like, listen, I'm not telling you he needed to walk free. I was like, but I feel like we could have looked at things a little deeper. That's all.
Yeah, well, yeah, and when we had the conversation, I immediately, and a reporter from Fox News reached out to me, and they're like, hey, we're going to cover this, like, do you want to comment? And I'm like, no, except I'll say that you should watch the whole video, watch our whole conversation, if that's what you think. If you think I'm saying, because if you go look at the comments, Laura, at the tweet, and what my Twitter's been getting since that day, from these sickos, wishing harm on me, hoping that someone in my family gets victimized because I don't believe in punishment at all. That's not even remotely what I said. And if and obviously in the conversation, this is the world we live in the clip economy. 10 seconds later, I talked about my own personal situation. Like, I had a teenager in my family killed by a teenager. Yeah. I literally lived through a different version of something tragic like this. And what I was pointing out was, I saw how a good defense team can really find a way to make a white kid in America look like this just innocent, oh my God, they would never do anything kind of thing. I've seen race in these trials play a thing. Even though in my case, my brother-in-law was white and the kid who killed him, who was driving the car, was white, I still saw the way the lawyers were able to try to clean him up and make him look like he's good in a way that if it was a person of color, a jury just wouldn't see it that way because we live in America. Yeah. And they always apply a level of guilt to people of color, specifically black and brown people, that they don't to white kids. So, but I also got into in that conversation how ultimately, even though the sentence was not satisfactory, no one ended up feeling particularly satisfied after the sentencing. Now, granted, it was a bad sentencing, but had he gotten life, I don't think anyone would have felt particularly good either. It was just, at the end of the day, that person we just saw talking is obviously a horrible human being. If those words come out of you, that is a horrible human being. I'm going to remove that part and just talk about the being a parent part. Okay. Their lives without their son, it's an unimaginable grief that horrible. I've witnessed firsthand up close, and it is unimaginably and unspeakably bad. And we don't know what that experience is like, and I pray that I never directly would ever know anything like that. I just know that from watching it up close in my experience, as the years go on, the person can't come back. And if someone did something, intentionally, like someone really went like it was murder one. They literally were like, I'm going to murder a person. I plan out the murder. I execute the murder. There are levels to these things. That's why, different crimes have different levels to them. Yeah. I don't know that in the case where it's someone who you don't know that ever had a violent past previously, if they did something absolutely horrible, they need to pay the price. But I don't know that that's equal and exactly the same as someone who planned out a murder. And that's why they have different levels to these things. And that's the conversation we were having.
That's it. We're not saying it. I don't know. I just felt like the way they were trying to frame you, because that's what I saw. It was like Rosenberg making excuses for a murder. I'm like, when did he do that?
I was the one. By the way, our chat hated me because I was in there saying, I mean, listen, guys, he stabbed someone to death. He has to go to jail.
Yeah.
That's how. Yeah. Whether he was being bullied, whether it was racist, any of the things that may have happened, unless his life was being threatened. Literally, like your life is being threatened. If you kill someone, there's going to be jail time, which is a whole interesting conversation too about like we all get very judgmental about these things, but like, God, life is just so about crazy situations happening.
Yeah.
I have to imagine no one involved in that showed up to that meet that day thinking, I'm going to be involved in either my own death or someone else's. You know, we're just so effed as a country, Laura. Like that's what I saw from the comments. Like, nothing in the clip that they pulled was particularly controversial. It was a conversation about punishment, and yet the comments, like thousands of them, N-word this, N-word that.
We've reached like a new low in this country where it's like now. Remember when racists were ashamed a little bit, like they would hide and they were like, "Not me, not me." Oh no, now they're proud.
Dude, did you see what he was saying? He's bringing up slavery. This stuff is literally right on the tip of their tongue, and they're proud of it. And the illest thing is, we're talking about America. The truth is, just like everything else, we have exported this around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, you go look around what's happening in countries in Europe. We saw it in Brazil, though they fortunately fought back and are winning the fight. So you've seen it in Latin America. You've seen it in Europe. You've seen it in Eastern Europe. We are exporting our racism.
Yeah.
And like as of 2016, when things started to get great again, that greatness, the racists all around the world were like, ooh, look what they're doing.
Finally, somebody represents me. It's okay to be the way I am. Like it's truly sad, but also, and on top of that, you add the layers of like this clipping economy, right? Where everybody's just clipping and it's all rage bait, and that's all everyone wants, just rage. And it's so sad because I feel like at every moment they're waiting to catch you, to say something that they could frame a certain way to get engagement. They don't care about anything else, just engagement because it equals more money.
Well, how about this? Explain to me, who is watching our clips that are random? Because our conversation didn't go viral in any way. That was just in our show, regular thing. And someone from Breitbart, one of the established true right-wing outlets that there is, pulled 30 seconds and posted it and said, Peter Rosenberg, WWE commentator. So they're specifically trying to get me fired. It is like, let's see if we can frame him in a way where a place that employs him thinks that he's immoral. Even though if they watch the clip, they'd be like,
I know.
Huh? That's how he feels.
I see King Louis who wallows in the waters of the internet.
So what do you like? I guess I was even taken aback that like it would be one thing if the thing itself already went viral. I was surprised they went into our show to pull it out.
You'll be surprised, especially on X, how many of that side of people
stay watching.
Do watch and take a look at the clips and do comment on those clips for whatever reason, and that could come from the conversations back then.
That's what I think.
And they do come and look, especially when it comes to those topics and those key topics, and say nasty things sometimes in there.
Yeah, I mean, look, they know where we stand, right? We've been together and for what, over 10 years. We're pro women, pro black, pro indigenous, pro gay, pro everything. They did not like the conversations we had that would go viral. Do you think that people weren't paying attention when you were going off on that police officer?
I don't know.
And after that, they were like, "Ooh, let's keep an eye on him."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like it's a thing, bro. Like
That
people
may have
are
been the
paying,
one that got me on the radar.
people are paying attention, and not for the reasons that you think.
I know. By the way, it's so funny you bring that up because whenever I see Kylie Jenner, I always think about the fact that Kylie Jenner posted that rant when it happened. And then yet, when random stuff will happen now, I'll get called into question about being a racist or not an ally. And yet in that moment, that was the most viral thing I've ever done in my life. And then literally it like disappears too. It's crazy. All of the world is crazy because in some ways, like if you have something terrible happen, it will stick with you forever. A good moment where people are like, yo, this is something. It seems like that gets completely erased. Yeah. I bet there are people in our chat right now like, I don't remember that. Yeah. When did Rosenberg do that? It was Alton Sterling. It was like random day in 2017. Yeah. I looked horrible in the clip, but it was a good clip. Okay. Listen, it was pre me getting my lineup right. So it's unfortunate. All right, some super chat, Laura.
Please.
Grim BK says the Knicks should go practice at the Nets facility in Brooklyn. They'd put it to better use. That's not nice. Like the Nets aren't doing anything right now. Quite literally. Can you just come on, man. Just let you don't have to take shots at the Mets right now. Grim BK also says, why the F do you like Wemby? Bro, I like him personally. I don't know him as a player and like how interesting Wemby is. Oh man, he is exactly what the league needs. I'm sorry. Like Steph's about to be gone. LeBron's about to be gone. They're going to have, and I called it. I called it on TV. I said before this series, he is about to be the best villain ever.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I'm like, bro, his attitude
Laura,
stinks. But I guess that's what people like, though.
Well,
it makes it exciting.
It makes it exciting. And hating him is as good as loving him, right? Yeah. But, like, before the Knicks series, people didn't really know what a villain he was going to be. But, like, I'd already seen it. And he's so good, though, also. So, yeah, I think if you're a fan of basketball, having that story of him there is going to be great. Tina Chrissy says, good morning. Where's my tea? 5/18. Love you guys.
Where's my what?
Where's my tea?
Email us if you have issues.
Yeah, why does
merch@gmail.com because we say over and over and over.
Laura will yell at you.
And then people are like, where is it? Well, I'm sorry, but people are not always paying attention to the chat. So how about this? If there's an issue, you email and then we'll resolve it.
Laura, she spent $10 right now just to get an answer. That's like a third of the price of the shirt.
You could have gotten for free if you would have just listened and emailed us.
Are you saying Tina Christie is definitely not sent an email?
I don't know. But if you sent an email, and I personally take a look at all the emails and make sure. Because I go in there and I'm like, let me make sure that every single person gets an answer. I take pride in that. I want to make sure that every single person gets an answer. I want to make sure that anybody who has issues is taken care of. So I hit up the other companies to take care of them. But I'm on it. If there's anybody in the chat who's ever dealt with me online, they'll see. Because I appreciate everybody spending their money with us. But
Laura,
if you
I'm so grateful that you've taken on this work, and also I'd like to give you
congratulations. If you have an issue, you have to email us elrmerch@gmail.com. Because we also deal with different companies. It's not like there's one headquarters where somebody's making mugs. You know what I mean? We deal with third-party companies. So we have to specifically find your order. And if you email us, please tell us your order number and what it is that you ordered.
She wants the order number.
Yes.
And she wants to know what you ordered.
Yes, please, so we can get to the bottom of it.
And then you get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I can't believe you decided to take this on.
Bro, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to cancel this program.
We can't just find a really good merch place that does all kinds of merch and hand it off to them.
Why are you bringing this up right now?
Because it seems so hard, Laura. I mean, I know I'm lazy.
There's a reason we're doing what we're doing.
No,
so just
I know.
Shut up.
I know, but
just shut up.
I look forward to you one day deciding, you know what, Rosenberg, you were right. This is for the friggin' birds. All right, Sir Do We Know says, why are we giving Dolan grace when he's a horrible person to begin with? Really? Have folks forgotten about 10/27/24 and the Trump/Nazis rally? Oakley being barred, his hatred on fans? Stop. You mean he allowed? Is he referring to them having the rally?
Having the Trump rally at MSG.
Okay. This is where I have to. Now listen. There was a real Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden. See, here's where you have. This is when we get messed up being too hyperbolic. the Trump rally, you cannot call it a Nazi rally. You can have your feelings about what's underneath everything and all of those things, and I hear you loud and clear. But they did not host a Nazi rally. They did host the former president running for... Our society has accepted that somehow this is the political situation we're in. Them taking the money to allow the rally to happen, I don't think that's something I'd hold over Dolan's head. I think any arena in the country, if the Trump people come in and are like, hey, I want to do this thing here, I imagine they would take it. But anyways.
But he's also a supporter, so it doesn't surprise me.
That also. I mean, yes, they are friends and all of that stuff. But why are people giving him grace, sir? Do we know?
Do you think people are giving him grace, though?
I think in this moment, I think people are taking a break from being mad at him. They want a championship. Guys, that's why people are into sports.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they care about him. I mean, you know how many people, all of us are dealing with people we work for and know who have money, who are on sides of politics we completely disagree with. The only interaction with Dolan is the fact that he owns the team that people love. And now they won a championship. So that's why people are giving him grace for a few days.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've seen a lot of people say, F him, love the Knicks. I'm happy for the players. I've seen a lot of those comments too, so.
Yeah, they exist, but like, I mean, is that where you want to spend your energy right now? Where you're like, hey, he backed out of the way enough and they won a championship. He put the people in place who want to change. It's hard to hate him for these few days. I'm sure within a few weeks, give people time.
You're putting a pause on the hate. Who else?
Y'all should have waited to discuss this until Ebro was there. Talking about racial harm without black people being a part of the convo is also damaging. Sorry, I disagree. I believe anyone can talk about racism. I think,
do too.
I'm sorry. I mean,
and I think more people that are not black should be talking about racism.
I think the fact that people who are not black being upset, angry, and discussing racism, to Laura's point, is what needs to be done. We need to wait for Ebro. See, this is when we go too far, people. We can't even discuss racism without being like, nah, that feels racist. Guys, we eat our own. Can we have a conversation about how we were disgusted by the vile racism? I have to call Ebro and go, bro, are you good with me talking racism today? Good Christ. Emperor Zaddy Supreme says meet and greet.
Oh.
So what do you want to do about that, by the way, Laura? I was talking to my boy Peter, who puts on events.
Okay.
And he wants to do ELR events, and he'll do the legwork, and he'll set us up and put us in. He can route it, give us multiple dates over time. Like, what should we plan for our first thing? We should we should take a step and just like make a decision and start doing something. Because
I'm talking to my girl Vashti, but it's such a separate thing.
That's a separate thing.
It's not a meet and greet. She throws like a family party where you bring your kids. It's a kids party. So unless you're a parent, you know what I mean? It's not for you. So
that's not even.
I'm gonna do that separately because I think it's cool and it's fun if you're a parent. Come hang out with us. But that's for the Family Matters crowd. You know what I mean? I think we need an official.
And like we're gonna be chasing after our kids.
Yeah.
That's not like. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a very sweet idea.
Yeah.
But it's not John Blaze though. Well, I mean, what about one where we're like, kicking it with the people?
Hanging out, having a little drink.
Yeah, having people come out and say hello. Like maybe we do a live show. Yeah. Like now that we're not a morning show, we're like a podcast.
Yeah.
We could just do like a live show for 45 minutes, take questions from the crowd, do different things, bring out a couple guests, maybe,
We could.
But wait, Louis, were you going to say something?
No, that's the move. I think that's the move.
The live podcast.
A live podcast, separate meet and greet right after. Similar to kind of what you guys do, what is it, like every year with you, Alan Hahn and
I'm Rosenberg.
Yeah, you are Rosenberg.
Like just a live show you're saying, and then do a meet and greet afterwards. Yeah, I think that's, and I think the first one obviously makes sense to do it in this area. City, Brooklyn, Jersey, or whatever, somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And then sort of try to gauge where else we could get. Like I know there's an app, Louis, where you can sort of like poll your people and see where they're at and who would be down for an event different places.
Yeah, we can figure that out.
Yeah, because people have been asking us. Yeah, they've been asking us. They've been asking us for a show too, but not necessarily just us. Like, hey, can you guys host a mini concert?
Well, that's a whole different event.
It's a whole.
I mean, we can't, and we can, but here's what I would say. The only issue with that is I just think that's a whole lot of money, whole lot of effort, and cool, but it's a different thing altogether. Yes, I hear the heavy breathing of the former gummy bear, now oatmeal eating, Ron Baskin.
I was going to say, bring back Peter Palooza.
Yo, listen,
No more salsa. Now everybody call me Ron.
Okay, Ron, let's get to the point.
I thought about bringing back the Palouse. I don't think this is the year. I was thinking maybe for my 50th in a few years. Maybe
In a few years?
Is that too long?
Yeah. It needs to, if you're going to do it, it has to be sooner than that, P.
Well, how about this?
What year was the last one?
What? A bunch of years. It was already like 5. It was pre divorce and stuff. What?
Oh, gosh.
What? 18?
He says pre-COVID.
Oh, definitely pre-COVID.
Yeah.
18? I think 18 was my last one.
And for the new, so for the new.
It was in Brooklyn.
New listeners, explain what Peter Palooza was.
Peter Palooza was my birthday concert that I put on. It was based on, I did it sort of as my homage to Wayne Stock from Wayne's World 2. I was the original Palooza out here. That wasn't Lollapalooza. You know what I mean? There are other Paloozas that came along. Peter Palooza was that thing. And we had really, really big acts and sold out really dope venues. And it was a mix of awesome. Let's see. You had Odd Future multiple times.
Yes.
ASAP Rocky, Bronson, Schoolboy Q, Meek Mill. Many greats and near greats. Flatbush Zombies.
You had so many people, yeah.
West Side Gun, Conway. It was mad people. Anyways, maybe next year, 2027, would be the 15-year anniversary of the first one. 2012, I called it a night of real hip hop because that was after I got into the thing with Nicki at Summer Jam. And I turned it around for July 23rd. So that was like early June. Yeah. And then I turned it around. And that first one I think was like Raekwon, Asher Roth, a random, maybe Odd Future actually too. I think Odd Future as well. So yeah, anyways, long story short, maybe next year we bring back the Palouse.
Okay, look, shout to Spring Just Spring. He says the 40-plus crowd needs to be able to sit. LOL.
See?
I feel you.
Facts. I'm not going to have you all in the pit at a concert.
We need seats.
Laura, we didn't even do a rundown
Let's
yet.
Let's go.
Laura got the rundown, turn that up. Screens on glow when she pull up. Headlines heavy, but we still caught up. Lights still flashing, we don't slow up.
Our boy Vic Mensa was moving around because he's basically declaring that he wants to play Prince in a biopic. That's his ultimate goal.
I saw this moving around.
And then when you look at Vic Mensa, I'm like,
I know.
I can see it.
You can kind of see it.
Yeah, because I mean, he's done his acting in The Shy.
In The Shy.
What else? Has he done anything else?
I know him from The Shy. I mean, I know him from The Shy.
Yeah.
I know he acted in The Shy.
Yeah.
But I saw that. That would be very cool.
The resemblance is there.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, I don't listen. Playing Prince though,
That's,
like that is from an acting standpoint. I'm not saying he couldn't do it. Absolutely, my boy could do it. But man, looking like someone only gets you so far with Prince.
I know.
Like you'd have to really be able to like. The energy that Prince exudes is a different animal. Like, think about how great Michael's nephew was to make that work.
Yeah,
it wasn't just the resemblance.
But I also know that Vic Mensa would, like, throw everything at it. Like, he would lock in and get all of the necessary coaches. Like, I think that he would put his all into it.
Of course. You think he needs to get the thing and show up to set like a yo-yo? But, I mean, it's nice that he wants to do it. But wait, is there even a Prince biopic?
I don't think so.
I want everyone to be clear. This story in the rundown is literally just a friend of ours saying, you know what I'd like to do one day?
It was moving around.
But it was. No, I saw it.
Ye has announced 2 Chicago shows in September. And they're pretty big. So let me see. So, he actually has a handful of performances on his website. But yeah, back-to-back shows in Chicago at Soldier Field, September 3rd and 4th. Chicago still loves and supports him. They're going to come out.
Well, I mean, the people who do.
Yeah.
Let's not include all of Chicago in that. But the people.
You know what I mean.
Listen, the yo-yos who don't hold Kanye accountable are still showing up no matter what. They're still buying the weird clothes when he was selling them for $8 a pop.
He also has a San Antonio date, and then he is
San Antonio.
Yeah, then he's going to Spain, Portugal. So let's see how this moves. Another thing that was moving around and trending, I don't know if you saw this, sorry to bring doom and gloom, but did you see that horrible video of that woman. Her name is Maria Eduarda Rodriguez, and she was bungee jumping.
Oh, I just heard about this.
She was with her boyfriend, and they were in an area called Skeleton Bridge before her, being put in position and thrown over. They forgot to attach the actual bungee cord.
Nah, bro.
Bro, that woman, she's 21 years old, lost her life, man. She flung 130 feet without the rope being attached. Like, it is a nightmare. Now, this isn't, I don't even know if should we show the video? I mean, you don't see her dying in this video, but this is just like at the very beginning when they were like setting her up. Oh, this is so sad. This made me really rethink things, Rosenberg, because I'm one of these people who likes to, like, oof.
No.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh my God. Why'd you do that?
I'm one of these people who likes to do all these crazy things. Not anymore. Rasan, one time was fine.
Oh my
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah.
And then there's another angle out there which shows the entire.
Oh yeah,
fall with
I do
somebody
not want to
recording.
see
It's
that.
terrible.
I do not want to see that. But
What the hell kind of operation was that? The joint's just laying on the ground, bro.
that's your main job. That's what.
No, but like literally, what kind of operation is that? Like it's just sitting on the ground.
Yeah. And then they run. When
No.
they realize what happens, they run. I
So-
mean, they arrested them and they know who they
So
are
it's
and
literally
everything.
not a real operation.
I mean, when you go to different countries and you see people be like, yes, there's an advertisement for this. Like, you don't know that company. You don't know how legit these companies are.
Bruh.
It made me really rethink things because I've taken part in wild things like this. I've gone to
Natalie Bungee
me and
jumped.
Natalie did it together. We went on this hot air balloon
And by the way, that was a little sus, right?
bro, when the hot air balloon was landing, we almost landed on this rando zoo. I was like, sir, there's like hyenas down there. We cannot. And he's like, oh, okay, let me pull us up again. It was, did she didn't tell you?
No, I remember that. I just didn't really think about it in context of how scary that would be.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. And our
How
landing.
close were you getting?
Like, close, Peter. Like, we all looked over the basket and be like, guys, there's a zoo here. And the guy was like, oh, okay.
No, like, how do I say this respectfully? Don't get me wrong. We are an absolute disaster of a country in 90 million ways. But there are certain things here that I would trust to do here that, frankly, other places
Yeah.
I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
I know it's like our business practices, I mean, they can be terrible, but in terms of like you will literally die, people care too much about money here to allow these like, that thing was rogue.
I know.
That's so awful.
So heartbreaking.
Where was she? Was she Brazilian?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if
believe so.
she was.
I believe so.
Yeah. Poor. Oh, yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, it just made me rethink things. People in the chat are like, "Thanks, Laura." They were like, "Now there goes my excursions." I'm saying we just have to be a little bit more aware.
I don't know about even Natalie in the helicopters these days. I just like don't like.
This stresses you out.
Yeah, well, honestly, it stresses me out now because it stresses her out more.
Yeah.
Ever since the baby, it stresses her out more. She didn't used to get stressed out.
Well,
and now she does.
I was the same. Before, you're like living your life. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever I want. Woohoo. And now you have a child that depends on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone that you love more than yourself. And you're like, I can't die. I can't risk my life. So everything changes.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I did the bungee. I did I did all of it. And now?
Natalie's bungee video is the worst. Like, she's done everything, right? Has she skydove?
That's the one thing I didn't do. And I'm not going to do it.
Well, you heard about the skydiving thing this week, too, in Missouri.
No.
On this past weekend. 11 people were killed in a plane for skydiving.
Oh, my God.
With, like, expert divers and then a few people who were going to be doing tandem diving. And, like, it went down right after going up.
That's horrible.
Here's the thing. It just seems like so many of these things, like, are around things like, a small propeller plane that was used for this. Like, it's just all that stuff. I'm not saying it's like high chances, but it does seem like there's more with regard to that than just other places. It just makes me very, very iffy.
Yeah.
Anyways, Laura, I'd like to say thank you because you started the show with depressing stories and you ended it with depressing stories.
Sorry.
I mean, am I wrong? I tried to come into. I went to the Knicks party last night, y'all. Let's talk about it.
It's what's on my mind. It's what my friends are sending
started-
me. It's what's trending. I was talking about it with Louie.
You started the show
I
with
know,
dog
I'm
murder,
sorry, I'm
and you
sorry.
ended it with Bungee death.
I know. I'm sorry.
That is what we did today, folks. From dog murder to Bungee death. Another glorious morning on ELR.
The chat is like, and then you wonder why Kenza's the way she is.
By the way, facts, chat. You guys are correct. Earl says Laura is crazy. You're not wrong.
Okay, thank you.
Let me see if there's any more super chats on our way out. Yesterday I disrespected the super chat. I got to get those back too.
Okay, I think it's a wrap. Anyway, thank you guys for checking in. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace out. Send those guru emails as well.
Oh, yeah.